Hey guys, it's it's been a while, hasn't it? Yeah, so here is the deck list of the decks used in the last video. There are a few things I need to talk about, and if you guys have been around for any amount of time, you know that I tend to ramble on in the beginning. So if you're just interested in the deck list, like that's basically all this is going to be. I mean, that's basically the Hermit Yokai. That's as much as I'm going to do with it. There will be like timestamps up above to the different decks. So if you want to just skip ahead to that, be my guest. There are some things that I want to talk about first. First off, I don't really. Well, actually, no. First off, the background. It's a joke. It's like a reference to something else. Like I know there are probably gonna be some people. I'm not saying that they're gonna watch the videos, but there are going to be some people who say like, "Oh, this guy's pervert looking at anime tits." And I mean, you're not 100% wrong, but yeah. Anyway, it's a reference to something that has happened recently. I'm not going to say what it's a reference to because if you're watching this anime and you haven't gotten up to this part, like you're not caught up, I don't want to ruin it because like hopefully you haven't put two and two together yet. If you are watching this anime and you are caught up to everything, hopefully you have put two and two together yet because, you know, then hopefully you can have a laugh about it. And if you are watching this anime, you haven't caught up to this point, but you realize like, oh crap, like you put two and two together yet and you're mad for whatever reason, like just, it's an anime, it's nothing to lose your head over. Alright, so we need to go back to Hermit Yokai. And yeah, so this is basically because I don't know the decks. Like I haven't touched Hermit Yokai, I haven't touched Necloth. Like if you saw in the video, it was my friend, or it were my friends Swagatron and Painted Black or Stoner Synchron piloting the decks, and these are their builds. Like I just looked at the replays and put the cards in. So I don't really know these decks. From what I understand, like Hermit Yokai is basically, it kind of plays like spirits. It swarms the field with, you know, the normal summoning dudes that, or the dudes that help get extra normal summons. It keeps people off balance with the Hermit Yokai, what is it, counter trap, and then recycles everything. Like this can recycle this. So that's how I understand the deck. Like it's swarming and then it's countering against your opponent, if that makes any sense. Like you swarm during your turn and then you keep your opponent off balance with the counter traps. So that's basically how I understand the deck. And yeah, this is the deck list that Swagatron used. And again, I've already gone through the cards, so if you want to go back and look at that, be my guest. Next up, Necloth. This is a deck that a lot of people have been hyping up, and I mean, I get it. Like it's very, you search a lot, and it seems very, very consistent. But I don't know. I haven't learned it. I mean, it doesn't seem that hard to pick up, but I don't know. I just haven't really gotten around to it. And by the way, Jamar, you only have 14 cards, so you should probably fix that. Anyway, he does have some interesting choices in here. Like he has the Gishki cards. I mean, these act as a full tribute for a ritual summon, which I guess makes sense. And I think at this point he was just testing out the Catastor and this dude, but this does get him this, which I know he loves. So, to each their own. But yeah, I mean, besides those little oddball choices, this does seem pretty standard. He doesn't run, and don't pay attention to these. He doesn't run Manju. He did have a reason for it. I don't remember, but I don't remember what that was. But I know that he had a reason. I think he just said it's consistent enough as is. So, yeah, I mean, it's been working for him, so I can't really say anything, you know? Next up, Beast Tamers or Spirit Beasts. This is personally my favorite deck out of the 3 archetypes coming out of Tribal Force and Infernoids, which is coming out in the next set. Like, the deck is very simple, but there are a lot of, like, you have to manage a lot, if that makes any sense. Like, all the monsters can only be special summoned once per turn, and you need a tamer and a beast to go into your fusions, and it's really like how should I put this? I think it's fun because you do need to know what you're doing. You do need to manage your resources, and you can't just go all willy-nilly, because if you do, you will probably leave one of these guys out to die, and that's not a good thing. Like, you need all 3 of them, even though I don't really use this guy. Like, basically it's you start off your turn by searching, you attack, and then you put up a wall. Like, that's it. You search, attack, defend. And it's just that strategy repeated over and over every single turn. And you use your traps, keep your opponent off balance, and just protect your wall even harder. So that's basically the main idea of the deck. And it sounds very simple, but how you get your pieces going and how you like make sure you have the pieces you need isn't always like that straightforward. You do need to bend over backwards sometimes to get everything where it needs to be. And honestly, I just really like the deck. It seems pretty good for what it is so far, and The only thing I'm going to touch on, like I don't want to talk too much about it because I don't think it's fair for me to like focus on this deck and then not the other ones, even though this is the only one that I really that I really know. A lot of people run 2 Wen and 3 Lara, or you know 3 Wen 3 Lara, but I'm just running 2 Lara and 3 Wen because this deck is the macro variant. I'm not sure if that's a thing, but I run one macro and 1 defisher just because the deck can run it and not really, you know, be hindered by it or by either of them. So I mean, if I'm trying to banish things and the deck banishes enough already, I just feel like I'm gonna have targets for Wen more often. So that's why I just run more of her than Lara. I want to run 3 Lara, or Rara, I guess her name is now, but I have to drop something, and there's nothing that I really want to drop right now. Maybe later I'll realize something's like a glaring weakness and I'll get rid of something. I don't know. But yeah, there's actually one thing though. Soon, I don't know when, I'm going to like sit down, like whenever I have free time, I guess I'm going to sit down and like map out the combos for myself, really. Like if I have this guy and this guy, what do I do? What can I possibly make that turn? How many searches can I get off and all that? I'm going to do it because I recently just found out, like if you go into land mode, and actually I think I've seen it in unranked and ranked, or maybe not ranked, but I've seen it in unranked too. Like when you go to create a lobby, there's like a do not shuffle option, and apparently, like I'll just shuffle here. If you put on Do Not Shuffle, you will open with these 5 cards. I don't know what happens after, like if you banish this, does your deck actually get shuffled, and you know, will all this be randomized, or if you banish something for this, will your next draw still be, you know, combination, will still be the 6th card? I don't really know, but since that's actually a thing, I'm going to, for myself anyway, let me just sort this. Basically, I'm going to see what I can do. Like, okay, I opened Elder and I opened Kanahawk. Okay, I opened Elder and I opened Rampenta. Okay, I opened Elder and Apelia. Like, what can I do with each opening? And I'm just going to kind of go from there. If you guys are interested in seeing that, like what I come up with or what I'm currently doing, like what my current ideas are, I'd be more than happy to post a video of it. Like, I'm going to do it anyway, but it's just a matter of like, do I record it or not? So if you guys are interested in it for whatever reason, like if you're interested in this deck, because apparently not too many people are, or at least based on the fact that I haven't seen many Spirit Beast video comes up, just let me know and I'll see what I can do. I'm not guaranteeing it's going to be the best video ever because I don't necessarily know this deck 100%. It's just where I'm at right now, so that's another thing to keep in mind. It's not like this is the end-all be-all video. It's just where I'm at right now, what I'm currently doing. There probably are better strategies or better combos out there, so that's another thing to keep in mind. And finally, we have Infernoids, and really this deck is just, it's weird. Like when it wants to work, it's actually pretty good. I only played it for like a day to get the replay, but when it didn't work, it was just absolutely horrible. Basically, I just got this template off of Reddit. There was a thread, like a guide to Infernoid Monarchs, and I was like, okay, let's just roll with it. And this is basically from that thread. There's nothing else to say, and the extra deck is just intimidation factor. Like, you don't really use it because of this, and this, so I just threw whatever I wanted in there. And apparently I wanted 3 Quasars and all that other stuff, because why not? Yeah, like, honestly, I think that's it. I wanted this to be short and sweet, and I'm pretty sure it was. Like, again, it's just a deck list, because I haven't really played any of the decks. I've only played Spirit Beast, and I don't want to, like, I don't want to just give you a deck list of the other 3 decks and then give you like a full profile of that deck, because I don't think that would be fair because they're all in the same video. I might do, well, I probably am going to have a showcase on Spirit Beast in the future just because I really do like that deck and it's one that I'm playing the most right now. It's really the only deck I'm playing the most right now. Yeah, that's pretty much, actually, yeah, that's it for the deck list video, or deck list portion of the video. If you want to go be my guest, all I have to do right now is explain where I've been and what's to come, basically. So where I've been, it's really a 2-part answer, but it's really just one reason, if that makes any sense. So 2 parts. 1, I've been busy with school, and yeah. And 2, I really haven't been interested in playing. Like, up until the release of like Tribal Force and Secret of Evolution on Dev Pro, like nothing really caught my eye. I wasn't really having fun with any decks. But again, once all this stuff came out, I found Spirit Beast, which I was really excited for, and the deck is really, really fun. I've been testing out Draguni's Spear of Destiny. Pretty sure that's what it's called, and the card is interesting. I guess it's not as good as some people are saying, and it's not as bad as others. So there's that. I was actually gonna do like a review for it when it first came out, but it didn't work. or it didn't work on Dev Pro, and by the time it did work, I felt like it was irrelevant. So that's not going to be a video anymore. So yeah, I didn't have any like urge to play. Like the time I used to the time I would have been or would have spent playing Yu-Gi-Oh, I was spent like playing anime watching anime because Yu-Gi-Oh just wasn't really entertaining. And then obviously the whole I didn't have time thing. School is obviously more important than all this. Yeah, that's pretty much where I've been and why I haven't really been uploading. So again, sorry for not giving a heads up. Like I know I'm just some other channel in your sub box, but I don't know, I just like giving a heads up before I go on break. And as for what's to come, Spirit Beast Showcase most likely, full Spirit Beast deck profile most likely, possibly a combo video if anyone wants it. I might just record it and then make it like unlisted in the Spirit Beast deck profile or the showcase if I end up doing those, obviously. So that just might be what happens. So if you want to watch it, it'll be there for you. If you don't want to watch it, don't worry about it. And also, outside of that, the only thing that I've been trying to get are the replays for the Combo Masters video series thing. I'm still trying to think of a new name for that. So if you guys have any suggestions, let me know. And so far, out of like the 7 I need, I've only gotten 2 because they're really fracking hard. They're hard to get, man. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you guys are interested in some of the stuff that I plan on doing. If not, I don't know what to say. I'm sure I'll put some live duels maybe with some decks. I don't really know what to expect. But yeah, that's been it. I've been talking for too long now, and I will let you guys go. Later, guys.